Let's see. I've been sitting here talking to everybody for a while. Man. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I guess I'll start all over. Dun, 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 dun. The it showed that I was live and was streaming, and yeah. I don't even know what to say. I've been sitting here talking to y'all for like 20 minutes. Cool. Anyway, start over, I guess. So, Thanksgiving holiday. Dun, 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 dun. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thursday, early close. Friday, half day. Right here. Thursday, today, Tuesday, we got some CPI and stuff. Market just goes, no big deal. It like literally it said I was streaming. If I take a screenshot here, like this is what it showed. I'll show you. If I can get the screenshot to pop up. It showed this right here. It says I was streaming and all this stuff. The only button that wasn't lit up was this one right here. For some reason. Anyway, I don't know. That happened last week too. It doesn't happen in the morning. Weird. It might be a side effect of me leaving the streaming software going all day. Probably should restart it. It says I've been live for 20 minutes on the counter on the bottom of the screen. Look, if I grab the bottom, this is the craziest part. It says I've been live for 20 minutes. Recording and live right there. I don't know. So, yeah, I've been sitting here talking to everybody, like replying to all the things. And so I'll roll back up to the top. Hey, everybody. And let's see. I'm here. We got the polls. And let's see. Yep. And we'll get back to talking about everything here in a second. So we've got that CPI, or I guess it was PPI, not CPI, but came in just the market didn't really care. Retail sales came in light. Market didn't care. Tomorrow, we get some unemployment claims, core durable goods. Does the market care? Probably not. Tomorrow's a normal close. Then we get Thanksgiving, U.S. holiday, U.S. Thanksgiving. Thank you for all being here. Thank you for being followers and supporters. And couldn't do this without you. Thanks for being here. And thanks for being part of the group. Thanks for being, for channel members. Thank you for supporting my family. For those of you just come and hang out, thanks for being here too. It takes a village to do this stuff. And so I won't be live. I'm not doing any show Thursday, even though cryptos be live. I won't be here, but on Friday, I'll be back. Same bat time, same bat channel, 9:15. That's cool. 9:15. That's cool again. Try this one more time. 9:15 a.m. I'll be live on Friday, but we have a 1 p.m. close right here. 1 p.m. close. So be careful out there. Now, one thing I was talking about with y'all is make sure you have a plan. Like this is what I was talking about when I asked the question about being green. So far this week, this is my 50K challenge account. I booked this trade right here. That was $280. I booked another one today. That was another $300. I booked a trade on Zoom today. It was another $50. That'll go in there. That'll show up tomorrow on here. I got one on HPQ today. Now, in case anybody didn't know, I'm here live, 30 Minutes of Awesome every Friday, 5 p.m. I'm live at 9:15 in the morning, every morning, covering stuff. Then I also go live at 11:30 in the morning with Jack Carter, and we talk income trades. Today, I got involved in HPQ right here. Jack was like, hey, what do you think? What can, now that you booked out Zoom, what do you think you'll get into? I went ahead and jumped on this right here. While we were live during the show, I put on an order at the 22 strike right there for a $14 credit, 14-cent credit. And grab the handy dandy calculator. Why would I do that? 14 bucks. I had to put up 2,200 bucks to do that. Divide that out. That's 0.6%. But that's for today's Tuesday. So it's Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday's closed. And Friday. So really just 2 days of market exposure. But 3 calendar days. So let's divide by 3. Gives you 0.2% per day. If we could do that every day, like if I could have done that trade a year out and seen the returns, that would be 77% return right there, annualized. That's pretty good. So I took the profits from Zoom and rolled them right back into this with a 77% annualized rate of return. I just need this to hang out above 22 by Friday, which right now, even on earnings drop, 23. Got a little bit of cushion. Could it be in trouble by Friday? Sure, possible. I'm going to look to close it out tomorrow or Friday for 13 bucks. Give up $1. I commonly do that. Close for $1. You look at this account right here. Commonly close for $1. Okay, that one went out for full profit. This one went out for full profit. We'll look at the trades. Some of them I can't get closed, but see down here, call options on Tesla, closed for a penny. Got some more down here. Joby put options. Those went out for full profit. DJT, full profit. And roll on down. You can see I do lots of those Nasdaq spreads. Some more call options on Tesla. Closed for a penny. Docu. Closed for a penny. CMG. Closed for a penny. So very common. I'll come in here, sell some for 13, 14 cents. Close for a penny. Keep the rest. Cha-ching. Cash flow. Just bring in cash flow. I do that as often as I can. And that's what brings a nice, consistent gain here. I've been working on this. If you haven't been part of the plan here, the goal is to build this into an account that generates 50K a month. I had a pretty good rate going here. Got a nice pop on Rocket Lab. I kind of let the gas off a little bit. And I looked at my numbers. I was like, oh, dang, what am I doing? And we're starting to accelerate again. Kind of took my foot off the gas there for a little bit. And when you look at the numbers right here, 1 month, I'm at 6K. Now the goal here is to build this account, 1 month profit, 50K. Now nobody probably has trouble realizing that 6K is not 50K. So I'm nowhere near the goal, right? This is probably going to take maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years, maybe 5 years. This is like a long-term goal to build this into a cash generating machine here. That's like 10% of the way. But when we go look at the 3 month, that's not like 18K, right? So I took my foot off the gas and these numbers kind of suffered. So when you look back at the last 3 months, November, I'm doing pretty good. October and September, it was kind of light, right? Only had 5K. So I only made like 2 to 3K in September and October. That was like way below. Like I was not doing too good. So I looked at it. I was like, what can I do to accelerate this? And I started being more active and I did a lot of trades in October. And I've done quite a few trades right here in November. And I keep track of a bunch of it for this account. Pull this dashboard over. It'll load up. There it goes. Right here. I have this dashboard where I keep track of these trades. These numbers are different because they include a couple other different accounts I have several different accounts in here. You can see I did more trades, number of trades, did more trades in October than I had all year so far. In November, I'm on track to get right up close to it. May not get there, but with the holiday on Thursday, but it'll be close. So pushing on the gas there. Trying to get there. That's total on all these accounts. That's 51,000, 36 of it right here, year to date, almost 37. It's just this one account. Not bad. Not bad. So you got to be on a plan, right? That's the whole thing. Got to be on a plan. If you're not green for the week, are you green for the month? If you're not green for the month, what are you doing? Most people's profit and loss thing looks like this. I see these all the time get shared with me. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you taking so much volatility? Small, consistent gains. This is why, though. This is why I like Zoom for 50 bucks. HPQ for 13 bucks. Just do these over and over. When you get more aggressive on them, get more growth. Hopefully this keeps on going up. By the time we get to April next year, we have a full year. April's here. Whatever's over here, maybe we'll have this up at 60, maybe 70, possibly something higher. Maybe. Be good. So I just keep pounding on these trades. High probability, repeatable, consistent income. This one right here, yesterday, 280 bucks. Today, did one, 300 bucks. Maybe like, well, where are those trades posted? Posted them right on X. Right there. Post them every day. So, and they're out there for free. So throw that stuff out there for free. It's not an alert service. It's not anything. It's just a free trade thrown out there right on X. And if you're like, where is X? Check the description down there. Links in the description. See if I can look in the description. I'm pretty sure I put it in there. Yeah. Right at the bottom of the description. X.com/Jeffry Turnmire. Paste it over here and show you. Grab this baby right here. There's the trade. Right there. That's what I did today. See, November 25. That's today. 1:30 p.m. 300 bucks. You wonder how that worked out? Right there it is. Average credit, 50 cents. 100% profit. Right there. So, you can follow me on X if you want to. I put them out there every day. Try to. Full disclosure, you know. Yeah, $30,000 risk for 2.5 hours. I've discussed that trade pretty ad nauseum on this channel already. So if you want to know more about it, go watch go do your research. Watch the previous video. If you're in Discord, you can ask me for a link. I've thrown it out there several times already. So anyway, I do that trade. If you're worried about it, don't take it. Got 29 winners in a row. HPQ, expecting that to go higher. And Bitcoin. I got into IBIT last week. I jumped in. I thought we might have made the bottom. Sold at 51.50. Kind of expecting this to bounce. Well, we didn't bounce. We came down here Friday. I got put. Came in here today. Sold at 50, or came in yesterday, Monday. Sold at 52 against it. If I get called out, I got put at 51.50. I collected money to do that. I sold the 52. Call against it. I got paid to do that. So I'll get 50 cents profit on the shares if I get called out, plus the credit I got on the contracts. And at this point, pop back over that PXO software where I can track this stuff. See what we got. IBIT. See if I'll pull it up here. IBIT. I Thinking. A little bit slow on the thinking. Are you going to find the trade? Or are you not going to find the trade? Cool. Not going to find it. Love it. There it goes. Finally. So right there's the trade. On the 18th, sold at 51.50, got paid 71 cents. Got put the shares. So my cost basis in that is $50.79 per share. Sold at 52 yesterday. Got paid 20 cents. So I've collected 91 cents so far, which is almost $1 plus the 50 cents. So $1.40 per share. Only did one, so 100 shares. $1.40 potential. So it'll be $140 if it calls me out. If it doesn't call me out, I get to sell again. Make more money. Make more money in the trade. What if it drops? I'll deal with it. So love this stuff. Love this stuff. Do this. I by far have more money in these kind of trades than anything else. And across the accounts I track, maybe like how much money do you do? You know, this way, roughly $200,000. Yeah, $214,000. Right up here, $214,000 of buying power tied up in. I got 6,300 shares of stuff, 69 contracts sold, $214,000. I've got $19,000 in profit and premium I've collected. I've booked $17,000 of that in profit. Right there. It's not too shabby. That's my plan. That's how I'm getting a 50K challenge. Right there. That's the goal. That's the goal. So we're to that point. We can do requests. We can do requests. I'll go through Bitcoin really quickly because we kind of sucked it up today, right? But this morning, I kind of outlined that we may see this little bounce, which we already tagged right there. Actually, may see that bounce, and then we may see a flush. That flush could happen into, and this is why I asked the second poll question. This flush could work out right there by Thanksgiving Day, and then we could get a bounce right here. That bounce could go pretty quickly. And due to the nature of this, we could be right up here by Monday. Right up in that zone. That'd be pretty spicy. Pretty spicy right there. So, in the poll on the Bitcoin. And so the rules of the game go. You got to type in all caps. Give me a ticker. I can look up. If you got a question, please use complete sentences. If you just give me a company name or something I can't look up, very easy. I'm going to skip it. We'll switch to an Ask Me Anything in 30 minutes, which will be about 6:05 for channel members. If you're a channel member, you can come hang out. If you're not a channel member, you got 30 minutes to upgrade. And if you don't think it's fair, that's cool. Sometimes life's not fair, but the people supporting me and my family, I go the extra mile for you. So we'll have that Ask Me Anything starting at about 6:05. All right. Dun, 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 dun. See, I see a question about O'Reilly, please, bought some 12.19 call spreads due to Graham's alert. Don't know what Graham's alert is. We can look at O'Reilly Auto Parts, ORLY. And let's remove my drawing there. Let's see. What do we got cooking? First off, I wouldn't have gotten into it till today. That close above the 618 starts to set the odds we're going to go on up. But the daily chart pattern can take 7 months to play out. So if you're only into like a month out, you might be running out of time. Now, I don't know Call spreads. Are you in credit or debit, or where you at the money? I don't know. This could retrace very easily. A lot of times we do see it do a double bounce before we go higher. Smaller time frames. I don't know what his conviction was. Yeah, it doesn't look super spicy to me right here. Had a small bounce. It's already played out, and we already retraced, and we already bounced again. Thing I would expect again, another retrace, and possibly another bounce, and then another retrace, another bounce. Just keeps doing the same thing. Like we can see, it's been doing this. Barely eking higher, barely eking higher. That'd be the what I expect. Keep going like that. So I don't know if that makes you feel better or not feel better. You should have a whole plan on your trade before you ever get in. Like, why are you doing it? What's your time frame? What's your everything? Like, everything should be defined. That's what I do on these trades I do. All the trades I do that I talk about. It's like HPQ. I had a plan. Like, what happens if this goes in the money? Cool. I only bought, that's why I did 100 shares worth, one contract. If this goes down, I'll probably buy another one down here. I thought this would be support. That's why I had this down here. And looks like my original plan, we stay above 22 and everything works out. I can show that off really quickly. Pop over, go to the wheel. If it'll load, no, it's on countdown. It has no data, can't show it off. Oh well. So anyway, I looked at it, I was like, we only dipped below 22 right there in April. And the rest of the time, back to 2021, we have not been below there. So I figured if we dipped in here, it would be temporary, more than likely. And that's why I did that. So I don't know why you did O'Reilly, what your plan was, but there you go. I do use OBS for streaming. That is correct. SOXL is a leverage ticker. I don't recommend you trade it. Doesn't chart very well. Doesn't follow anything. It's lower highs, higher lows, giant watermelon seed squeeze. Probably just going to keep doing this. It's a 3x leverage. You're playing with fire. Play with that. RPRX. So there's things I can't chart and things that don't follow patterns, things I can't really predict. That's leverage tickers pretty much on, they don't follow patterns. You have to go to the underlying. What's the underlying for SOXL? Not exactly sure. SOXX, maybe, but maybe not. So RPRX looks like a nasty chart. So we did a drop. We're now at the 618 retrace. Trend is down. Here's the retrace. If we hold right here, down is the direction. Simple as that. IBM. Yes. Yeah, flip that off of funds right there. I'm going to get messed up later. All right. IBM hit the targets. Working on a retrace. Clear this up. So from this high, this low, we already hit the target. And we're working on the retrace right here. What does the retrace look like? Here's the high, here's the low, here's the resistance right here. If we break through, we can go higher. If we don't break through, roadmap line is the target. Simple as that. Very simple. NVIDIA, roadmap line touch. Only been talking about that for 6 months, feels like. Finally did it. Just barely. Is it done? I don't know. We can easily come on down, retest this breakout. This breakout is from the highs like a year ago. Right back here in November last year, January last year. Might need to go retest that. very commonly after we touch the target, we have to retest the breakout before we can establish support and go higher again. It's just a very common pattern. We do it over and over and over and over and over and over on all sorts of time frames. If we jump down time frames, you can see right here, right there, ripped up to the target, back tested the breakout, went up again, and then the trend kind of changed. We do that like here, back test the breakout, move up, back test the breakout, come back again. I mean, it's a very common pattern over and over, all time frames. So I would watch for that roadmap line to not hold. Now, if we do hold, we do break back above the 618. Pull this down to the bottom. That 618 right now lines up with that high. Get back through that 194 area. Next upside, 220. ASTS, fingers on the right keys. ASTS came down to the roadmap line. There's the bounce. Can we hold it? If we do, we got to get back through this consolidation around 78, 79. Sets us up for a potential 114.60 target. CNC. So the trend is down. Here's the bounce. 618 right here. We get below it. Probably going lower. Now, if we can fill the gap, get above it, retest it, we can go higher. But that's the resistance right there. That big void right in there. That's resistance going higher. Trend is down right now. Down. There's the resistance. Right up to it. And lower low. Be what I expect on CNC. And let's see. Skip the chat around TSM. There's the target roadmap line. 245-ish probably. And SBooks has been able to do nothing. It's under the roadmap line. Trend is down. Here's the 3-wave retrace. Continuation lower. I was optimistic for a bounce. We just haven't been able to break out and do it yet. So haven't been able to get any kind of continuation. Just keep sucking it up here. Keep sucking it up. Now we have potential to drop it on out. This has been a long-term downtrend. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Be careful. This thing could flush back down to the COVID lows. Back down around 50. Just won't get out of it. Yeti. Yeti. Trying to break out of this downtrend highs. Downtrend highs. Trying to break out. I don't know. Can it build a reversal? It's pretty beat down. So we've got a pretty solid double top action right there. So that'll be a resistance. Got the high, got the low, got the 618 right there at that high. Just got the 50% retrace right there at those highs. So we've got a big resistance zone right in here. Looks something like this. Gonna have to get through that zone with some gusto, some enthusiasm to go higher. 130. Arthur. Tesla. Just in case anybody asks about it. Didn't really do anything today. It's kind of sat. Sat in the range yesterday. Inside candle. Inside yesterday. And that is inside the range from before. And that's kind of inside the range of this whole big correction. So we're just kind of winding up, winding up, winding up, winding up. The longer we spend down here at the bottom of the range of this consolidation, the more likely it is to tap down here before we can go higher. Anyway, Amazon. Nice little bounce, but doesn't mean anything yet. Doesn't mean anything yet. Clean a few lines off of here. So we've got this high, this low. We're not even up to the resistance yet. Got that gap down thing right there. This is the main resistance if we're going to go higher. So if we rally all the way up here and we stop, watch out for a bigger downside. I'm not convinced this was it right here. We do that gap down, may reject off of that, may come on up here, reject off of this. If we can get above this, we could go on up. 265 would be the upside if we can get above that 240 area. On Amazon, STX has just been ridiculous, and it's probably come back down to reality at some point. I wouldn't mess with it. You can do what you want to. I wouldn't mess with it till we either break out again or we do a retrace. I'm a trend pullback continuation trader, so if we don't pull back, I tend to stay away. MMM. So we're at this prior high from back here in 2021. Been a 4-year grind, right back to nowhere. Didn't do the retrace I thought we might. It's okay. So we're stuck right here, essentially. 3-wave retrace. Here's the high. Here's the low. We're sitting there at that prior high right there, ABC. That was a classic ABC down. This was even a bigger time frame correction than a monthly because it went way deeper than the monthly roadmap line. 3-month roadmap line. So we got the close above. This looks like we could go higher. Target will be right up in here. 253, 290. Now, the problem with this, it can take 150 candles for this pattern to play out. From here to here. All time frames are that way. Now, 150 times 3 months, that's 450 months it could take. This is not a fast mover. So it could take 450 months for that to play out. Do a little math on that. Jeez, that's like 40 years. That could be a while. That could be a little while, right? So slow mover right here. While it could pick up the pace and get up there, it also could do another dip and mess around and take like 40 years to get up there. I don't have that kind of time to mess with that one, so careful out there. It's out of resistance. REPO. There's plenty of stuff that's actually moving you can make money on, has opportunity. So REPO is in a downtrend. I probably wouldn't mess with it. Since the market's been in an uptrend for 100 years, I tend to not trade stuff to the downside unless it's just a really good opportunity. That at this lower price doesn't present that great opportunity. Here's the downtrend highs. We're not even up to that. We're just sitting here, and we just came off the lowest low. Probably going to go lower. What that looks like. APGE. Yeah, nice little pop here. Be careful. If we can pop on out, we want to see this get on up to 89. Right there, 89. If we do that, we'll probably do a little consolidation, retest the breakout, and then we can push it on up to 125. It's possible it's just an ABC. If we don't make a higher high right here, if we don't actually break out, we break back down, get below this 49 area, that'd be a big eject point because we're probably going lower low than that right down there. I nod. Yeah, higher highs, higher lows. Beautiful. I was expecting kind of a bigger retrace, but keeps going. So we're at support. Here's the high. Here's the low. We break back through the 618 at the 75 area. Zoom her up. Make sure we're right on the levels here. Right there. Right there. We break back through that 73.24 area. Looking like 102 upside target. Now be careful. We could also reject, breaking higher, and go lower. So this doesn't look like very strong price action. It was all real tight, real directional. We didn't have a nice three-wave structure like this. It was real tight, and maybe there's a three-wave in there. Hard to tell. So if we do this, that would be definitely be like an A, B, have a C potential to come down here. So you want to watch that level real closely. If we break above, 75% likely to get that 102. If we don't get above, probably going lower low. Merc. Nice. I've been bullish on this one. I quit chasing it, but beautiful. A little bit of resistance here at 106. If we can keep ripping through, may get a little pullback before we go on up to the 115 to 120 area. It's possible to get pullback. Doesn't have to happen. Could just keep ripping. I was pretty long-term bullish here. Got my bigger targets set up here. I was trading this one pretty aggressively in that 50K challenge back in here earlier in the summer. I didn't like the way it rejected off the roadmap line right here, so I just kind of quit. Then it popped through, and I was like, maybe. There it goes. I just didn't get back on it. Like, I just wasn't feeling it. So you see back here, I drew it like if we could break through, and then we rejected, and I was just like, just don't feel it. So snooze and lose on some of them. Doesn't bother me. Not chasing the next one. AVIV. Holding on to that. If we can get back through that resistance right there at 351. Upside right here, 48. I had a bigger upside target about 560. And go ahead and kick off the members only stream in 10 minutes. So if you're not a channel member, you got 10 minutes left. I'll hit as many as I can. Then we'll switch over to the channel, the member only stream. I'll hit the rest of the tickers, and then we'll do Ask Me Anything, as always, on Tuesdays. So RKT, Rocket Companies, RKT, yeah, nice bounce. Here's the high, here's the low. Here's the high, here's the low right there. Close today was above the 618. Probably show up on the. I have a tool that my Turnmire Trading Lab group has access to. This will probably show up on it. The daily setups. Probably talk about it in the morning. Let's see, daily setup charts. See if it made it down to Rocket yet. QRS, R is before S. Yeah, it already made it to Rocket. And did not pick it up. Didn't pick it up as an opportunity. Interesting. I know what it did. It picked up the smaller bounce right here. It actually picked up that high, this low, so it already played out right there. My Python tool only looks very short term, but this one will have an entry tomorrow, more than likely. Looking for that right there. 2370. This one doesn't have a lot of history though. Working out, so. ENPH in phase. Oh, right into the middle of the target. Now, the question is, can it bottom here? Or is it going to have to come down here? I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. I wouldn't be buying it. That's a knife catch. Trend is down. So if we get a pullback, it's an opportunity to go short again or further downside. Trend is down. CMG. Nice little potential reversal right above the support. Has this big gap down we got to get back through. I am long Chipotle with 600 shares. My cost basis is 43.70. Right up in here. My cost basis. I got put up here at 49. I bought more right here. And we're just sitting here. Need this to come through and actually build a reversal. Initial signs are looking good. Dive down in the lower time frame. That's cool. My friend Scam Likely. My friend Scam Likely has called. And got that move up. That retrace. That would be 34. Probably pull back to 32. And get another move up to 36. And may kick off another move back down to 32. Or get a bigger move. So we're looking for that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 in a smaller time frame. Then that would kick off a bigger 1. Markets open. 2, 3. So futures market's back open again. So that's Chipotle for you. Bottom, I don't know. I expected it to go a little bit lower. Like I actually thought we'd tag right down in here. Potential to be done on the downside. That was a big long correction. Started back here in June of 24. So we've been correcting for a year in July, August, September, October, November, year and 17 months now. I'm ready to be done on the downside. I thought we were done here. That right there I thought was the end. Nope. Turns out this might be the end. And if it's not, if we just bounce and get continuation lower, I'll deal with it. Got a plan for that. So, Baba. Probably going to, I mean, this just looks ripe to tag the roadmap line on the daily chart. Yeah, BBIO. Sky's the limit. Although the sky has a prior high right there. So watch out for rejection of that prior high. If we can get above it, great. If we don't, I do caution biotech. Pharma is a dangerous thing. Doesn't always work on my chart patterns. Because FDA approvals, denials, sometimes they just take a different path. This is starting to look like 5 up right here. We're getting in the extension of the wave 5. That can lead to a very violent wave 2 back down in the 20s. Right there, just the price pattern. That'd be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this would be a higher degree 1, higher degree 2. Then that could set this up for a bigger 3. Not predicting time, just levels. TSLA is leveraged, doesn't always predict. Already hit Tesla. And AVBP. What a nasty looking chart. Lower highs. As long as we're below that trend line. Kind of lower low potential, but this has a watermelon seed squeeze. So this could just keep messing around in here. We'll see what happens. And RL. And nice upside potential, 394. Downside roadmap line, 300. Cleveland Cliffs. Covered this recently. Roadmap line retrace. High, low, break through the 13 area. 17 upside. And this could easily break down and go lower low. VNX. Sounds like another biotech garbage thing. Be careful. CPNG. Is that support? I don't know. I don't know. That was the breakout from back here. And we did this very classic pattern where we did this big 3-wave retrace, popped up. There was the entry. Here's the first target, 75% likely. Second target, 70% likely. Next target came up just shy of that, retraced all the way back down to this one. Right up through that 618 target, 1618, and then all the way back down to the breakout. Classic price action right there. Classic, classic. What's next? Well, here's the high. Here's the low. We break back through the 3084 area, 3536. Sets up those next upside targets again. And it didn't have a real clean 3-wave like this one did. Be careful. Could find resistance at 3084 and do the bigger 3-wave deal. And then set up the bounce. If it's going to go higher. AVGO. We're kind of topping out here. Chopping right on that 1618. Classic, classic move, and is to come back and retest that breakout. So would not surprise me to see a big, deep pullback. Now they've been announcing some deals, so could party on, come on up to 455. But without a big pullback, I'm not touching it. Probably wouldn't touch it anyway. It's expensive. Will I be holding what? Mara, what? Like crypto winter? We'll see if crypto winter happens. Like, potential for this to bounce. I mean, just go back to the start. And we had this big rally from March all the way up. And then we came back here in like 2 weeks. Awesome. DAKT. Mara is no longer my biggest holding.